Hello, I'm Dr. Alan Watkins, CEO of Complete, a leadership consultancy that works with about 100 multinational clients all over the world and in multiple market sectors. We've had the great privilege over the last 25 years of working with some of the world's best CEOs, leaders and leadership teams. We've worked with companies of all sizes, from those turning over 10 million to giants with revenues of more than 100 billion. This work has given us a unique insight into the world of business, how it's changed, how it is changing, and how it still needs to change. I've written 10 books over the years on a wide range of topics, from leadership issues to how to solve the world's toughest problems. It's amazing to think that my first book on leadership was published 8 years ago. I'm delighted that the second edition of Coherence, the Science of Exceptional Leadership and Performance, will be published this October by Kogan Page. When I first wrote the book, people often asked me, why do we need another book on leadership when there are already thousands of books on this topic? My answer was because there are thousands of books. When so much is written, it suggests, to me at least, that people are not clear how to really improve leadership. In fact, it's often been said that there's a lack of leadership in the world today, which is why the world is struggling with so many wicked problems. So despite thousands of books and lots of opinions, people are still suffering. So I wanted to write a book that could reduce the confusion and reduce the suffering. Let me explain why I thought I could help. I originally trained as a physician and spent 12 years as a doctor working in the NHS in the UK and in the healthcare systems in the USA and Australia. In addition to my medical degree, I have a first-class degree in psychology and a PhD in immunology. So I'm really a medical scientist. And 25 years ago, I left medical practice because for me, my purpose was to reduce human suffering at scale. And as a consultant physician, I could never help enough people. I'd have 50 patients on the ward and 150 patients in the outpatients, so I could only ever help about 200 people at a time. Even when I went into primary care as a GP, I had 2,000 patients to look after, but 1,800 of them were well. So again, I only ever saw the same 200 patients. I decided to work with multinational corporations to improve the lives of a much larger group of people. Some of our clients have 350,000 employees. So if we helped improve the quality of leadership, we could improve the lives of all these people. If we include their families, that might be 1 million people. If we extend this to the supply base, that might be 5 million people from just one client. And we have 100 clients. We take the view that poor leadership leads to human suffering. So if we could improve the quality of leadership, we would reduce suffering. The sort of suffering we see in people working in companies is quite different from the medical suffering I was dealing with as a doctor. But it is suffering nevertheless, largely caused by poor quality decision-making made by leaders. When I started working with leaders of organizations 25 years ago, like any good scientist, I studied the problem that we were facing in detail so I could figure out how to help. I kept asking myself, what's the real problem here? Why is it that despite all of these books and information on leadership, are leaders still struggling and people still suffering? Why are so many people disengaged or demotivated, not enjoying their working life, struggling with mental health issues, or battling unpleasant working conditions? Why is the workplace so rarely an environment where you can flourish, develop yourself, and thrive? Before I could help, I needed to understand the diagnosis. I spent 10 or 11 years figuring that out and scientifically testing various approaches to helping leaders create better environments, where their desire to grow revenues didn't come at the cost of the people or indeed themselves. This prompted me to share what I found. The first edition of Coherence was published in 2013. Since that time, we've continued to hone and refine how we work with leaders, teams, and organizations around the world. We've continued to test and improve everything we do, and many clients have seen an unbelievable return on investment when working with us. This second edition of Coherence enables us to share our new insights and upgrade what we've learned. We recognize that leading a business and creating a brilliant working environment where people can develop themselves, build great relationships, and grow their business is not easy. This second edition of the book systematically goes through all the things that need to happen to enable your business to go further, faster, through better quality leadership and, of course, less suffering on the way. Unlike most business books where there's one idea spread thinly across 200 pages, we're at the other end of the scale with 200 ideas on every page. Well, not quite, but the book is stacked with suggestions for how to improve your leadership, the capability of your team, and the performance of your organization. We continue to work with many CEOs, leaders, teams, and organizations, and we'll continue to share what we've learned and how you can indeed change your life for the better and improve the lives of everyone your organization serves. I really hope you enjoy the book, and please feel free to email or contact us. We're a friendly bunch, and we'd love to help you too.